to the minus.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay,
Yep.
so I can go down, and on my dash it says M1. So some cars use S instead of M. And sometimes the S modes are sport modes. They will automatically keep upshifting for you.
Oh, really?
Which is not what you want. Some cars are also equipped
This is
with...
a BMW thing then.
Oh,
yeah,
is
this
it?
is the
Oh.
yeah, BMW.
Oh, right here's
Wipeout.
that BMW
Wipeout.
Wipeout.
Yeah.
Shoot. Man,
So
that is nuts.
when you're coming down, and let's pretend that you have that S mode that's going to keep upshifting and you can't keep it in the low gear.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go in drive, and it's going to pick up speed. My foot's not on
Right.
the accelerator or anything, but it's what it's going to want to do in drive. So when I brake, what I'm going to do is brake down kind of like this.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get back off my brake.
Oh, so
So-
you don't just keep it on? And,
No,
that's the
no.
mistake that people would make.
Yeah,
Yep.
because see, my brakes are cooling right now.
That's true. Yep.
They're cooling. Now, if I keep friction on it, even lightly,
They don't have time
I have
to cool.
friction
Yeah.
and heat. Friction and heat, building as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why when you brake, you want to brake just like I just showed you, and I'm going to do it again. Break it down,
Right.
and then get
And then-
off of
then
that
get
brake.
off of
It's
them.
pretty simple.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that's a little bit tricky, if you get riding too close to the guy in front of you,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
then you must brake on his terms or you might hit it.
Yes.
Right.
And so
It's a
he
little
may
trickier.
be geared a little bit differently than your vehicle is, which means you have to hold your brake on the whole time. So in
Yes.
those cases, open up a big gap.
What does
Okay?
it say?
That's
Back
true.
off.
Yeah.
Back off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let
and
him
that
get
way
ahead.
you brake on your
Right,
terms
yeah.
when you want to, not on his terms.
Mhm.
So
That is a key.
I had a guy last year at brake check. I told him, I said, sir, you need to let your brakes cool off. They're very hot. They're
Yes.
700 degrees. which
Oh
is quite
my
hot.
word.
Ooh.
And he said, no, it was that guy in front of me. It was that guy in front of me. I'm going to go get him. I'm going to go get him.
Uh-huh.
So
So there you go. He didn't do it.
he wasn't
He didn't-
braking on his
yes.
terms. He was braking on the
You
guy
didn't let
in
him
front
get
of
ahead of him.
And he was trying to hold the guy in front of him at fault.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
No.
it's not his fault.
It was-
You know. The other thing, too, is
just
if you
didn't
want to
know.
go slow in these mountains, go slow. But don't hold traffic.
But don't hold. Yes.
That's true too.
Yeah, just let people pass. If they're in a hurry to
Yeah.
get someplace, let them go.
When
And
you
then
get
you
to
continue.
when you get to that place where you can pull over, let it
Yep.
Exactly.
pull over and
That's
let 'em
You can
exactly
see
right.
how they're pulling over it
Yeah.
all over the yellow line. That's not too bad,
And
but sometimes when they're completely over,
mm-hmm.
that's when we have a problem.
go. Yeah, it would be a problem.
Yeah, you don't.
And when the engine races like that, it's no problem.
Oh, okay. 'Cause-
Stay with your maintenance per
Yeah.
and maybe even go a little. If you're going to be in the mountains a lot, don't worry about it. You know, keep your fluids
Okay.
changed
Yeah.
on a regular basis, maybe a little bit more often,
Oh,
because
right.
the whole lifeblood of your engine is in
Yeah.
the fluids.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people like me, even when I hear that, it's like, oh my word, that's not good. And you take it off, and then you do your braking, you're braking wrong
So
again.
I have a tachometer which tells me how many revolutions
Mm-hmm.
per minute, and I can see where my red line is.
All right. Yeah,
So I'm
exactly.
nowhere near that.
So you're
so
fine.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
Mhm.
fine. I can go up
You're
to.
anybody halfway there.
I
Oh,
can
yeah,
even
you're-
go way above that.
Wow. So it's
Interesting.
So
not as
Yeah,
bad
so-
as it sounds. Yeah.
now,
Yeah,
not all
made
vehicles
for
will
that.
have an RPM, but the computer
Yeah.
controls should keep that engine from blowing
From
up.
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So her brakes all the way down.
Serious.
And
Oh,
so even law enforcement folks don't know.
Don't even know. So yeah.
Ambulance folks don't know. There was an ambulance driver riding her brakes all the
Right,
way down.
the whole way down. Yeah. So the way you're doing it, your brakes are going to be cool. I mean, normal. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not even going to be heated
My
up.
brakes are usually either a little bit below 100 or a little bit
Oh,
above
wow.
100. So
And what's the
threshold
Maximum? Yeah.
is 300.
300 is your.
And if my brakes are 300 degrees, this will probably be my last tour. I'm probably getting fired.
Yeah, and
Because
they're
I'm supposed to know.
because I
You're-
guess
you know.
because they they check your brakes
You're
too.
in
I guess.
trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
You're in
Yeah.
trouble because you know.
Yeah.
Now, it depends on the ranger that's down there. They may not want to,
Uh huh.
but I will have them
Just yeah.
check my brakes.
Absolutely.
So
If they around here, that should be in their training.
they should be.
I know. Yeah,
They
they
certainly
know
should
all
be.
that.
But it's not often that law enforcement's going to get called
That's
up
true.
here.
That's true.
But they still should know.
Right.
It only takes a few minutes to train them on it.
Yeah,
As I say,
exactly.
it doesn't
Training.
need to take long.
Right.
That's a simple thing.
It is.
So like I see a motorcycle coming. That would be his proper way of doing it too.
Yeah. Most of the time, motorcycles are going to downshift.
Downshift, yeah.
They're all standard. Most of them are standard.
Yeah, most of them are
now,
standard.
some of them are automatics. I know some of the big gold wings and things like that.
Yeah,
are
okay. Are they actually
Right.
automatic, the big gold wings these days? Okay.
Some of them, yeah.
So then that makes it a little more trickier than
And then when it's more steep like this,
yeah.
drop back down. Now, sometimes if I'm going too fast and I want to go to M1, it won't let me because the computer says, no, you're going too fast.
Yeah.
So then you break down and then you get the vehicle going slower and it will let it go in.
So it's a skill. No, yeah.
You just got to kind of
Get used
know.
to it.
Now, one other thing, if you're in these big mountains like this, some vehicles are equipped with what we call hill descent.
Okay.
Okay? So hill descent is, in most cases, especially with cars, a braking process. It pre-engages the brake so you don't get rolling too fast. So again, that's friction and heat. I don't know how many times I was at brake check and people say, "Oh no, my brakes won't be hot because I got hill descent," and I used it all the way down.
Well, they're still using it. Yeah.
Yep, and they were very hot.
You gotta.
So those are good for small hills,
Yeah.
not
Not
giant
this
hills.
kind.
No. Right.
Not this kind of stuff.
Lawsuit is baseless because erosion is just something that
That's
happens.
going to happen.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
in the Green Meadow area over here would be Divide, Colorado.
Okay, right.
If you happen to go to Cripple Creek, you'll go to Divide and then head south on Highway 67. And then you can see a whole bunch of the road down below.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm seeing that.
Yep.
And then you can actually see Glen Cove where we were just a little
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
while
I see
ago.
that.
And then you can see the guardrail over here. When we were looking from down there, we could see this guardrail up there.
Wow. You can see how sharp that is. Oh, wow. Way over here looks like a racetrack. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which it is used for a racetrack.
It is, exactly.
Oh, my. Yeah, that gives you a really good point of view. Man. Like during that race, they're really like pushing it on these curves, I guess.
Yeah, so what they do is they're slamming their brakes pretty much typically going into the curve.
Oh, into the.
And as soon as they negotiate around, they're burning rubber coming back out.
Wow,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're gonna guess.
They'd have, yeah, they gotta guess.
Because remember what their average speed is?
It was 100 mile an hour.
Over 80 miles per hour.
Oh, over 80.
That's
Wow.
their average. Some of the top speeds are over 170
Over 100, but their
miles.
average is 80. Wow, even that. Good grief. That's maneuvering.
Not for the faint of heart.
No. I mean,
Not for your.
there's no. Yeah, look at this. There's no
not for very
guardrails
many
for.
people at all.
No, not for the faint of heart. Is the way to put it. Absolutely.
And then
not.
this is Ken Block Corner,
And,
where he gets his Mustang drifting sideways with back tires in the
Okay,
dirt,
right,
Goodness.
kicking dirt and rocks over the edge.
Man, that's crazy. Yeah.
But a lot of times, sunsets are awesome up here.
Oh, yeah.
wow.
Sunrises are awesome up
Yeah.
here.
Oh yes.
When I was a ranger, they had 2 sunrise openings.
Wow.
I was the opening ranger for both of those. I get up here, I
Okay.
reported to work at 1 o'clock in the morning. Most other rangers are not into that. And I got some super awesome pictures.
I'm sure you did.
Phew, yeah, no kidding.
The one that had a few clouds in it actually looked the best. Because those
Okay.
clouds went to gold.
Oh,
Really?
Just
yeah, yeah.
beautiful.
That's like calendar pictures there.
Exactly.
Oh my, oh my.
This year they were
Man.
hoping to have 4 sunrise openings,
Okay.
but one of them didn't make because of weather.
Oh, right.
So it was too early in the season. I think we had a fresh snowstorm, and they said, "Nope, we're definitely not opening."
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
It's like,
but you can see how the sun's kind of hitting that
Yeah,
rock, how
it does.
nice and looking it is.
yeah, we noticed that. Yeah, the other night we noticed the sun like going behind Pikes Peak, and it was just like lit it up. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, like all the mountains around are in shadow.
Yeah, it's like just. So you can imagine.
And the views just look so awesome. And
I
they
know.
just change, and it's just a slightly different view, and the clouds make it look different.
It's like, yeah, it's. Whew. If you're rolling down that hill, you're not going to stop for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
My word. Yeah, no kidding.
It would cost probably not even a small fortune, but a huge fortune to put guardrails on this entire road.
Is that why
I
they?
believe you.
One of the reasons
So
they did.
if you look, and I'll show you a couple of examples here. You know, where you mount the guardrail, those stakes go straight down.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's nothing to go straight down into, it would have to come under the road.
Phew.
So that's why it would cost literally
It would
a
be
large
phenomenal.
fortune.
So that's why they did.
Yeah.
Just at certain areas, I guess they.
So in the corners typically.
Is that
Yeah,
what?
as I say, it's mostly.
So we're back down in the trees. If you were feeling a little bit under the weather because of the altitude, usually when we get down into the trees, we start to feel a little bit better.
Okay, yeah.
And the bighorn sheep this morning were all laying on this hillside.
Really?
Right here.
Okay.
Wow.
And the Department of Wildlife were up there with their spotting
yeah.
scopes and all that. So they keep pretty tight tabs on, you know, the numbers.
Yeah, exactly. That's,
Yeah, I believe it.
yeah, when we were in the building, it wasn't bad at all, but I could tell the difference even in the building from outside. I guess because you're outside, you're getting more air and stuff like that. But no, it was. But you can tell. I could tell, but yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But it wasn't bad. It probably helped that we waited 3 days or so to come up here, and not our
it
second
did.
day.
No doubt it did. Yeah.
So that
And then everybody's a little bit different.
everybody's a little different. Yeah.
And then if you
I
happen,
didn't hardly think about it at all.
You didn't think about it at all,
If I
yeah.
wouldn't have known, I wouldn't have known hardly.
So that's good.
but folks with like cardiac conditions,
Yeah, that's
you know, because unfortunately I've witnessed 2 deaths up here.
really wow.
And the
Yeah.
really bad thing about that is their grandkids were right there around.
No
them.
way. So it happened up on top up here.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Just heart attacks or whatever.
Yeah.
And the altitude is
it
what?
helped if they had oxygen.
Well, we have oxygen up there, and we have EMTs that know what's supposed to
Yeah, I'm
happen.
sure,
Okay.
yeah, I know.
But sometimes there's no bringing you back.
And that was
Right.
one of them.
So
I'm
in
saying
Oh,
one
they should
case,
have been on oxygen.
yeah. So in one case, he ran in. He was a train rider, and he ran into trouble probably 15 minutes into the train ride, and they don't go back.
Oh, really? They don't. They're just.
So you see that one tree again? That tree that's 15,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
2,500 years old.
It's like wow. Yep, right down there. There that
You
is.
can see our alpine thistle, our prickly
And,
looking weeds here.
Yeah, I see them.
Yeah, we've noticed them in the air, Manitou. Interesting.
These are a little bit. Is it because it's
Or we noticed them at the bridge. That's pretty much. They don't get very big, do they? Or tall?
No, they stay about that.
Stay about
high.
that.
Yeah. Gateway to heaven up above.
Oh yeah, right there. That is. Yeah, right up there where I was shooting before. Yeah, that's interesting. Wow, yeah. So wonder they even like. They don't like. What's the word? Let medical conditioned people even go. You know. But
Yeah,
they,
so, you know, if you've had heart problems, you probably want to talk to your doctor before coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Because
But you could have some heart problems that were hidden too.
That's
So
true.
you could
That's
walk.
very
true,
true.
yeah. And that would bring them out, I guess.
It could.
Yeah. So that was 14,000.
150.
And then you go to Mount Everest and it's twice that. Good. Like Mount Everest.
Mount
that's
Everest
29,000.
is over twice. I
Over
think.
twice. So it's
Yeah.
like, that's crazy. And you do need oxygen. And you need
For sure, you
all
need
kinds of
oxygen over
training.
there. Yeah.
And that's a no.
'Cause I've-
that's a no thank you to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I read there
I'll
even.
take a plane ride above it
Oh.
or next to it.
Or
but
something
that's
like
it.
that.
Yeah,
But
that's it. because I read that they're on full oxygen and they still can feel it. I mean, it's just like that's how. I mean, that's just 6,000 feet less than an airplane up there. 35,000.
To be honest with you, if you're flying an airplane and you're at 14,000 feet and you're not in a pressurized cabin, you're required to wear oxygen.
Oh, really? Wow. And
that's just as high.
Right there.
Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing that you don't feel it more even than what. Now some people do. Some people do. Yeah.
So you're probably in a little better shape than many others.
Than many, because it brings out the.
So, any guesses on my brake temperature?
Oh yeah.
This is the moment of truth.
We're gonna say
I'll tell you what.
95.
95. Okay. Let's see how good I did as far as staying off those brakes.
I'll go.
You go above.
Hey, I'll go 85.
Oh no, I said you go above it.
Big John. Hey, what's going on?
Okay, well, I'll do 85.
Good seeing you.
You were supposed to go.
104.
See, I was gonna take.
All right. I'll be back the 30th.
All right.
All right. See ya. All right. See you guys later.
Excellent. 104.
Yeah, I was telling you to go like make it 100.
Well, I thought they were under 100. That's why I didn't want to go there.
Well, sometimes they're a little over.
Yeah.
My highest is actually 170.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I was showing some people how to do the stab braking a little closer, a little further down.
You were too close to that.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You were too close to the checkpoint line.
Right. And then the other one that affects it will be what's the ambient temperature outside.
Oh, right.
Oh, true.
So,
yeah. So when you're doing winter tours or early spring, they're gonna the cool temperature. Yeah. Now summer tours when that's
gotta be a much more
really
careful.
trickier. Yeah.
And then it'll also vary from car to car.
Okay. Yeah.
It seems like in some cases folks can actually ride their brakes all the way down and they don't overheat.
Really?
Maybe they're over engineered or maybe they have some kind of cool air ducted into it or what. I don't know what it is. So.
Now, the Toyota Priuses.
No,
I got a Prius.
Oh, you got a Prius?
I do.
See, they
have a regenerative braking.
They have something that
but it is still a friction process.
Oh, it is.
Now the Teslas have an engine reversing process.
Oh, wow.
And they're regenerative. So a Prius can still have overheated brakes.
Okay. So you don't want to.
But a Tesla, I've never seen overheat.
Okay. So you can just kind of do your thing.
So we usually wave Teslas through.
Yeah.
And motorcycles through.
And
because most of the time they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. Yeah. So but you've seen 700, I think you said.
I've seen over. The top reading is 999.
Oh my word!
So it goes over that. And that's the number you see.
Wowee!
How have they not already given?
I know.
And still had brakes. I saw a 738, and brakes were failing, not catastrophic failure. But the guy was rolling through. He couldn't stop. I said, "Stop, man! I want to talk to you."
Oh, so that's
I'm
bad.
trying to. I said, "Grab your e-brake."
Yeah. So, what did they do with him? Did he just?
Yeah. We make him
stay
there. They just once it cool down, they'll be
fine.
Corrected for a while. Yeah.
In an extreme when they're actually smoking, we usually tell people you might want to visit your mechanic.
Yeah.
Just have them look at it. Make sure they're okay. Because you got them extremely hot to where they're in fact burning.
It's like so those ones we were smelling, would they have been, how hot do they got to be that you smell them?
Probably 400.
Oh, 400. Okay,
400,
so they're
500. If they're 1,000, you'll certainly be smelling them as well.
So, but you can smell them as low as 400 though.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And then the last thing you want to do is throw water on your brake rotors. Don't do that.
Oh, really?
No.
It'll warp them.
So it changes the temper in the metal. It's called quenching, and that's how you can work harden, and that's how, like, blacksmiths can harden metal is by rapidly quenching it in either water or oil.
Yep.
Wow.
So you don't want to change the temper of your brakes. That makes them more brittle and prone to cracking.
So that's that's.
Something about brakes too.
Yeah.
Good.
He worked at a tire shop.
Oh, did you?
I mean, I wasn't a mechanic, but I worked on tires, so that's.
So he didn't do brakes necessarily.
Our oldest
You learned a lot about
Zach
brakes.
would know. Zach would know that.
Yeah.
Or probably
No doubt.
anyway.
mean, he might not know all that though, but then he probably does. He's a fountain of knowledge.
Is that your boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our oldest.
Oldest,
He
yeah.
was the type that he like.
Knowledge sponge when it came to things he was interested in.
He would just read encyclopedias to do something.
He did He did a lot of that kind of reading growing up.
It's good, though.
Yeah, it's good.
He had a teacher that said that he wishes he had just him and one of the other guys in the class, because he said he'd have totally done things different. They wouldn't have done regular homework. They'd have done research homework.
Because he loved he was a big reader.
But, he was.
Well, I did not do too good in school. I kind of caught on when it was a little bit late.
I was maybe average, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was definitely he could have been way better than he was, but
me too.
He was lazy.
Me too.
I mean, I could have done better than what I did, but I wasn't lazy.
I was pretty lazy.
I was lazy as what he
I was like, what can I do instead of homework?
Well,
There's fun things versus homework, and homework
I believe
is
he
never...
must have had that view because he didn't do it.
Yeah, he was pretty smart.
The teachers would fuss about how he did homework, but then we get his report cards and stuff like that, and they're fine. And we're like, what are you complaining about? It's because he could ace tests. He never studied any tests at home.
I know.
Like, he never brought stuff home. He never was like, I got to study for this test. Never. He just didn't.
Yep.
He didn't need it.
Yeah, well, you know, for me, I had to work for all of it.
Yeah, I had to work.
You know, there's no gimme. I can't just read it once.
Yeah.
I got to read it several times, especially if I did not understanding
definitely.
it. I need to stick around for a while until I get
didn't have. I mean, I wasn't like terrible at reading comprehension, but I wasn't real good at it either.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Our second son struggled big time with reading comprehension, and he was a couple years later, and the teacher said that if Zach, our oldest, would put even half the effort into
on the left and right.
Oh yeah, the tornado.
And then trees laying over up here, some big ones.
Guess nobody was in the area when that took place, huh?
Well, we had a tour that day.
Oh, did you? Really?
We did.
Wow.
Near as we can figure, we were probably 20 minutes after the tornado came through.
Shoo.
Okay.
I'm thinking that tree wasn't laying on its side before on the way up.
Oh my word.
So I just started seeing some things.
That makes you
then it all
think
came
like,
to
wow.
light.
Yeah, that'd have been.
So do you get tornadoes in Pennsylvania much? Or
there's an occasional.
We have tornado watches and warnings, but it's rare.
It's rare for anything. There's a couple little
but
but
not much destruction. So they're. See, we have so much mountains that block them, that block our weather, block the tornadoes, and amazing how a tornado ended up here though. But no, it's rare in Pennsylvania.
You know, just the right weather conditions have to come together.
Yeah,
it is true.
Up there, yeah.
Now I've seen some skies that's like, oh my word, you know, something could come out of that. You know, you have them weird,
clouds, scary looking clouds, angry
different,
looking clouds,
angry, all that
changing colors, you know.
Oh yeah,
awful.
But no, they have to be frightening because they're supposed to sound like a freight train coming at you. You know that'd be.
I didn't hear anything like that, but.
So you did see one before though.
I've seen funnel clouds.
Oh, okay.
But way up,
way up.
Quite
that didn't materialize.
But they never touched down.
Whatever happens to make them bring down like that, I'm not. I don't know that. But,
I don't know.
But yeah, that's
more of the just right weather conditions.
And just the way everything.
But that's
the way the wind kind of.
I would like to.
Currents come together.
Be fascinating to see one, just not near you. But to hear that freight train sound, it has to be frightening.
For sure.
Oh my word.
So I've had school teachers in, I don't know if he's in Texas or Oklahoma, but apparently some rather bad tornadoes have come through. And he'll say it'll devastate the whole town. And so what will happen is a lot of times some kids never come back because they'll relocate. And then other kids that do come back, they're so traumatized by that, you know, what happened.
Oh my, yeah, no kidding.
They are just a mess.
Don't even.
You know.
scars you.
So we do stop over here for a quick photo op over here.
All right.
You can see our beautiful. So remember Gateway to Heaven or Heaven's Gate?
Oh yeah.
So that's that one rock on top
That's
over here.
sticking up.
Oh wow.
And then you can see gold speckling in the mountains over here.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's a little
It's
hard
fascinating.
to see the way the sun's hitting it, but you see this mountain here, you can see the ski slopes in it, or the ski runs over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Well, right next door
Oh yes.
Yes. it is.
is the switchbacks that we were just in.
Okay, so that's
Can
where
you
it's
kind of see that maybe?
Pikes Peak.
It's a little tough.
slightly
then-
maybe.
Over here, on the north side, you can see that it's the north side, all the snow.
Oh, it's
on-
just that's where
Mhm.
the snow is.
That's-
And then up at the very top, you see that overlook. We were just on that.
Yeah.
Kind of on the left side a little bit. It's a little tough
Yeah,
to
you can see it slightly.
Oh yeah,
See it,
I think I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see it.
Fascinating. Yeah, this gives you a whole different
does.
perspection
It
of,
does, yeah.
what we just
And
went
not
up.
quite as cold and windy.
Yeah, that's right.
Definitely not that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely.
All right.
So do you want a picture? We up
Yep.
against the fence?
Yep.
Get up against the fence.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
I mean-
oh,
There's the Jeep. No. Nope, that'd be cool. Amazing blue sky here. Pretty young anyway.
Where's the?
Nice.
Until they're basically driving age, and then we like them to have something.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Not
then, of
that,
course,
they,
they
not
have
that
that-
they haven't done stuff on, especially
Well-
Dad's phone.
Yeah, that is just a beautiful color. Mixed in with the green in the sky in the back. Yeah, this is just. There's Pikes Peak in the. Wow. Yeah, that's just.
No,
Is there
she's-
always snow up there pretty much then?
No.
No, there's not. Okay.
Well, there's in the grooves on the north side, there's some that will be there
Really?
typically all year. But you got to really look for it. And it's going to vary a little bit
Yeah.
from year to year.
Mhm.
So I think this is the start of our snow season.
Okay.
Probably,
And
Yeah.
they're all waiting for me to come back, as you can see.
Yeah.
Yep.
A good bunch of guys that I work with.
Well,
That's
that
just-
definitely helps. That's
Oh,
good.
for sure.
Yeah.
You know, we're all in this together.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah, you're right.
That's when
and
it.
like they
we're-
told me in the Air Force, you can cooperate and graduate. If you don't cooperate, you're probably not going to graduate.
Right.
You know,
Goes hand in
so
That
hand.
is
y'all
very-
got to work together.
Very true.
Man,
Yeah.
the sun against those trees is.
I know, just
Wow.
awesome.
Aspens, oh, yes.
I know.
And also, this being the
I
later,
wanted to see some aspens. 'Cause
this being the
obviously we-
later tour, watch for the animals too. So
Ah.
you know, I'm not watching for the animals, right?
And
I might
yeah.
see one occasionally,
Right.
But off in the ditches here, sometimes
Correct.
you see deer in through here. And all of
'Cause
these
it's
white
made
bark
them-
trees look kind of cool.
Yeah, that
Definitely.
does. Oh my goodness. It's fascinating. Something we don't.
Yeah, we don't have anything like that.
No. Yeah, that's interesting. Sure. Yeah, it's just amazing.
Where they really show you.
Oh wow! Isn't that a
Oh,
cool,
beautiful.
yeah,
Yep.
cool view right
You
there?
got it all.
Yeah.
You got it all.
Got
That's
every bit
awesome.
of it.
Got it. It's,
Bang! Even took a picture of it.
Beautiful.
The sun hitting it here.
Oh my
yeah,
word!
I saw it. That is
I know this
beautiful.
is
It's a
phenomenal. The
golden-
beauty of just the sun and everything. That was just the right time where the sun was hitting all that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And it had all that with Pikes Peak in the background right there. It was a perfect. That was perfect.
You ever have deer run out in front of you at all?
No, that hasn't happened yet.
Amazing.
Knock
Yeah.
on wood now.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
I hope not. It could happen. There are actually moose that have been spotted in the area. I've heard no reports this year, but I did hear one last year.
Okay.
What's that?
I just said okay.
Yeah.
Let you ahead.
A cow and her baby were
Oh my word.
spotted down by Crow Gulch, we call it, which is a little further down. So moose were actually extinct from Colorado for a good many years, and about 20 or so years ago they reintroduced them,
Okay.
and so the population is actually doing quite well from what I hear.
Nice.
Good.
And I've actually heard more reports of moose sightings up in and around Estes Park.
Okay, up 11.
So this is the Crow Gulch area. This is where the moose, mama moose and calf were,
Huh.
Okay.
somewhere in here.
Really, very good. Yeah. Steep grade.
Now down here along in the right here somewhere, there's supposed to be what appears to be a little bit of a cave.
Oh, really? That'd be cool.
And so, but I'm watching the road. And
Yeah,
apparently
that's fine.
bears have been spotted in that area.
Really?
So,
That is just phenomenally steep right there. From that, yeah, that's amazing.
and then you can see the Waldo Canyon burn scar all in front of us on the other side.
Yep.
Now, as we come down here a little bit, you're going to find one house up here. It's a little bit high up here, and there's a long driveway. And you see the dark green trees all around it. Don't you think those firefighters did a great job saving that one?
Woo.
See it over there?
Yep, I see it.
Yes. Oh, wow. So that wasn't one of the
That was
340.
not a victim of the fire.
Oh my word!
You
Right
can
up
see-
near.
Yep. And you can see all the dark green trees all
Right
around it.
around it. Wow. That is.
But all behind it now is all
Yeah.
burned
Yeah,
up.
even
That's crazy.
yeah.
Very.
You know, I know the firefighters work really hard to try to save structures as much as they can.
I'd imagine they would
Life
probably.
first, structure
Yeah.
second. So
I'm assuming they evacuated.
I'm pretty sure they
yeah,
did.
I wouldn't be.
They
I
were
wouldn't be
crazy if
staying
they
there
didn't.
too soon.
They were actually crazy if they didn't really.
Yeah, but they were glad to
You
see
know,
their
there's
house
some
still
people
there.
that'll stand right there with their house, and it usually does not have a good outcome.
Not a good
on those.
ending. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, of course I view
And of course, it's your life.
material things. I
Yeah.
know, but material things don't matter.
Well, I
as
mean, if
much
it's
as,
pictures or hand-me-downs from many generations, you just hate to lose it all. And
I
a
know.
lot of times when you have an evacuation, you only have moments' notice. Get out of there.
To get out.
as I
man.
say, they don't have much time for it.
Yeah,
either.
exactly.
You can't take everything with them.
Yeah, there was
They can't take everything.
a fire recently in Hawaii, Maui. Did
Yeah,
you hear
yeah,
about
yeah,
that one?
yeah,
They had
yeah.
very little time. There was
Lahaina,
50-some
yeah.
people died in that one or something like that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So
And there was actually, did you see the picture where there was one house that it did not burn?
I did not see that. No, are you serious?
Right
What
in the middle.
world.
There is one house, they did a lot of so-called technical correct mitigation.
Really?
No plants near the house, just rocks and things
So they
like
protected
that.
it
yeah,
then.
okay, so that's what.
Smart. So,
So,
that's interesting.
yeah. But most of the rest of that place was devastated.
It's like
Right.
And they were talking about that one banyan tree We were actually there in '88, I think.
Okay.
No,
Oh, really?
no, '84. January of '84, February of '84, and saw that tree. And apparently it's showing life coming back. So it's
Really?
like a
Wow.
200-year-old
Oh, my
tree.
word.
Yeah.
Took
Wow,
that
that's
long.
amazing.
And we're back at the check-in station.
Gateway.
So,
See that one band kind of a little bit wider,
Mm-hmm.
and some of it's real soft and erodes away. So
yeah.
they just didn't go vertical here. They went
no.
vertical out in the Garden of
Right,
God.
right.
So they just caught a nice angle.
Yeah,
but
'cause
it's the same stuff.
Where we're staying at the Eagle Motel, there's a thing on top of the hill which we thought when we first got here was the Garden of Gods, but it looks like it. But it's not part of the Garden of Gods. But it's it's rock formations
It's
that
right up here.
huh?
I think it's right up here. See it? Straight ahead. Straight ahead. Onto your right.
Oh, actually, is it this right up here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, I didn't
This-
realize exactly that Garden
I
of
didn't
Gods
realize it was
a
even up here on
turn
top of
Yeah.
the hill. But yeah,
Right
that's
there,
what we
Yeah.
Just on the other side of that.
Right on the
right
other
up
side of
on
that,
yeah, right up there's the we're right over the top. But that
we're
looked
right
like
down there.
it gave the Garden of the Gods look, but it wasn't.
Wasn't it?
It wasn't that.
Yeah,
but-
the Garden of the Gods is, as you know.
Yeah, I
down.
didn't.
Yeah, we were 10
the-
minutes away,
the way
as we found
and
out.
also the way the rock goes. So I knew
And,
this was the same kind of rock, I guess.
But yeah,
It
it's
is
like
the same type
kind
of rock. Yeah.
I think
So
that's
anyway,
actually part of the God. Is it
We're
part of
not
the
too
God?
yeah.
Yeah.
We're not too far away from the parking lot now. I'd like